All right. I had a couple of things that came to me that I wanted to touch on. All right. So, here's one thing when it comes to me. I've come to the realization that, unfortunately, I cannot save anyone and I cannot heal anyone, right? Outside of myself. Like, I can save myself and I can heal myself and I can lead by example. Unfortunately, you have to want to save and heal yourself, right? And it's very difficult to do that in a world that doesn't want you to be fully healed and tapped into your power that you carry, because we all carry it, all right? And they don't want you to be healed, right? They don't want you to be healed. That's the numero uno. So they don't want you to be saved. They don't want you to be healed. They don't want you to love yourself. They don't want you to know the power that you carry inside of you. And you see, I'm here to help you change that. I'm here to give you little nuggets to pick up on things when it comes to the dynamics of conformity, social conditioning, and, the work industry, friendships, relationships, marriages, this and that, blah, 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 whatever. Fill in the blanks for you, take away what resonates, right? And these are some things that I had to heal through. Every single one of these that I'm about to talk about, I had to heal through. And it's hard. It's extremely hard. When narcissistic tendencies are applied in targeting by cults and secret XYZs, including behaviors are calculated psychological tactics. See, we're so groomed to be a certain way that a lot of these times, these people have these tactics psychologically that don't even know that they carry. They don't even know that they carry. Why? Because their parents carried it, their parents carried it, and their parents carried it. And that's just the ways of the world. And it's been that way since 1700s, really. 1600s. Narcissistic traits using and targeting. Love bombing. They shower you with praise, opportunities, and exclusions to create false sense of belonging. See, I've had to recognize that. And many, and I don't like using labels. I think we all carry those types of tendencies. But here's the biggest thing. When I read that, basically what I see is people not, like what I just read to you. They shower you with praise, opportunities, and exclusions to create false sense of belonging. This is what I read. These are people that love with conditions, right? And to love with conditions is not unconditional love. Is the way I read that. That's how my mind operates, right? Purpose. It builds trust and dependency, making you more vulnerable to manipulation. And see, they create this area between you and your connection, thinking they support you, they love you, when really in the back end they're manipulating you. And see, you're prone to that because you haven't connected with yourself. You haven't recognized the power within yourself, so you're easily swayed. You're easily manipulated. Like, you can start conversations with people and you go into it thinking one thing, but by the time you end it, you're like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I don't even know what I was thinking. I don't even know what I was feeling. And see, I had to learn that too. And that's when you have to learn how to connect with yourself and own your thoughts, own your feelings, own your emotions. They all deserve to be validated. And if you're surrounded by people that don't want to validate them nor support you, then you're around people that you're not aligned with. Right? Because you're supposed to be around people that make you feel good, support you, validate you, particularly if you're providing that to others. Gaslighting. They deny your reality or rewrite events to make you question your memory, perceptions, and sanity. Man, did they... Everything is gaslighting in my world. That's why when you start picking up on illusions and tactics, it's really easy to read through that. Just like this morning. You just can't feed into it. You just have to learn to recognize what your reality is. And your reality is what you know, what you feel on the inside, what you think, and what you feel. You create the reality inside of you. So don't allow the reality that is put in front of you sway you from what you already know. Swayed you from, like, for example, with the TV. You turn the TV on, you look at the news, and they present facts, but, like, 99% of them is not facts. It's all illusions. It's all tactics. I can't even say that. Triangulation. Sorry, guys. And isolation. They subliminally pit you against others, creating paranoia and isolation. I know they've done that between me and my son. That's the numero thing. Like, I can understand. I mean, whatever, my family. But my son, I'm his only stable parent. So you got to think of the mechanics of a certain XYZ to literally pin their child against their only stable parent. That's got to take a very unique individual with a very unique heart, if they even carry one. I don't care what part of XYZ you're in. To do that, that's crazy. And they do it all the time. It's not just with me. It's with all kinds of other different families. This is happening to. All kinds of other. Weakens your external support system so you become dependent on them. And see, that's the thing, is they expected that for me to become dependent on them. And instead I came dependent on myself. I came dependent on myself, God, the divine, and the Most High Source, the universe. That's who I became dependent on. Nobody else outside of that. Control through fear, threats, subliminal intimidation on the roads, work atmosphere, suggestions of surveillance keep you in a state of hyper vigilance. Man, I know that's right. It used to bother me. Now I'm just like, the show must go on. You want a show? I'll give you a show. That's what I told my coworker today. I'm like, well, if it's the show they want, it's the show I'll give them. Smear campaigns, how it works. They discredit you publicly and within your community to destroy your credibility. Oh man, didn't they do that? My goodness. How'd that work out for you? You know, that's all I got to say about that. You know, when people go to the layers to do XYZ, you got to question the credibility that you're receiving XYZ, right? But nobody does that. They're like, sure, I'll sign that. Sure, I'll take that money. I mean, it is what it is. Ensures even if you speak out, others won't believe you. I know. And there's still a lot of people that probably don't believe me, and that's totally cool too. I don't mind that neither. You know, you ain't got to believe me. Just like I ain't got to believe you. So it's an eye for an eye on that one. I feel you on that. The dynamics in targeting. Oh gosh. Information control, restricting and distorting what you can read, watch, or hear. They do that all the time with my algorithm. Like with the way that they've done it with my soul connection and all that crap. It's so obvious. Thought stopping techniques. Mantra, scripture, repetitive affirmations to override critical thinking. And that's the thing. I got total control of my mind. They can't take control of that. I know they're trying. Psychological impact. Hypervigilance, always feeling watched, monitored. Self-doubt, question your intuition and sanity. Isolation, loss of community and relationships outside of the group. I know. But you know what? Everybody I lost along the way, I was meant to lose them. And it's a hard truth. I had a hard time with it, but I've got to the other side of that. I was meant to lose them for a reason. They were put in my life for a reason, and man, did I gain a lot. So thank you for that. Man, did I gain a lot. From any person in my life, past, present, or future, I've gained so many wisdom nuggets. I have indeed. So I give gratefulness and thanks to you. Stay grounded in your reality, but external support. Educate yourself. Understand narcissistic abuse and I can't say it, tactics, so you can identify with patterns. And that's the thing, is my synchronicities and my pattern recognition is huge. Just like my intuition and my discernment, because I started picking up on all that, that saved my life. It saved my life. But see, I picked up on all those things because of God, the divine, the Most High, just like telling me inside my head. I just pick up on things now. You know, but I hope this video resonated. But if you find yourself in situations where you feel like you're being controlled and manipulated like this in different ways, and you don't know who you are, you don't even know what you think, you don't even know what you feel, you need to ask yourself, what kind of reality are you living in? Because that's not regular life. That's not a peaceful life. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. Everybody deserves to live in a peaceful life. It's not going to be rosy posies and rainbows and unicorns all day, clearly, but you deserve to at least be in peace with yourself. You know, you shouldn't have to conform to the people around you and lose pieces of your soul to, you know, be someone. Like, really? You can have that. You can have that. You can have those industries. You can have the fame. You can have XYZ. You can have whatever. I don't want none of that. I'll stay in my own lane in my own peace. You know, my soul is important. My mind is important. My heart's important, you know, and I don't take it lightly, and you shouldn't either, because that's the one thing you won't get back. You won't.